Now with the details. Greg, who is likely to be named president? What's going to happen in terms of the current president? The tensions clearly on display right now in Georgia.
You're absolutely right. There are certainly tensions on display there. The next president seems likely to be Mikhail Kavalashvili. He's a lawmaker with the ruling Georgian Dream Party and a former football player who he actually played a stint with Manchester City. What is really notable here, though, is that this lawmaker, who's been anti-West in some of his comments in the past, is going to be replacing the current pro-European president, Salome Zurabishvili. She has actually said that the October parliamentary elections are illegitimate and said she's the only legitimate institution in the country and has vowed to remain a voice of her nation and a bridge to international partners. So there does seem to be a clash that will continue between pro-European forces and the new government, which has suspended talks with EU membership until 2028. And that's likely to continue, whether rhetorically or legally or with increased protesting.
What are the implications, the broader implications of this, Georgia's path going forward, and what it means for the region, EU-Russia relations?
That's really what's at issue here, is this path for Georgia. That was the key to the October parliamentary elections. The ruling party, which extended its 12-year rule, has been accused by the West of pursuing legislation that they call Kremlin-inspired. Obviously, after winning the election and appointing their new prime minister, or the current prime minister continuing his role, they suspended talks with the EU membership until 2028. That has spurred more protests. The pro-European president has called for protests and said that they will continue to protest because the opposition is very much behind the country's NATO and EU ambitions. So that is very central to this. The U.S. and Europe have been critical of the election, the way that it was run. They've been critical of the violence used against protesters. The ruling party has said that the protesters are foreign-backed. Moscow has largely echoed that, but said that this is an internal Georgian affair. So that is the key split here, and obviously has huge implications for the country moving forward.